Hello. So I want to give you guys a brief explanation about your assignment, some sort of clarification just in case you have any. If you have some questions about what to do, maybe on the instructions. If you watch through this explanation video to the end, and you still have some questions, please post that on the Q&A board so that I can know where you're having difficulties and where I should provide further clarification. So for the A1, it says identify at least three EMRs or EHRs currently in use by healthcare providers in the US. And in order for you to successfully complete this assignment, you need to perform an extensive search on Google or any search engine for information on EMR or EHR. So, if you do a simple Google search, you are going to find information on EMR or EHR. You may want to dig in a little bit for that, and you find the information. This is just to say that there is no special organization or special website that you need to go to in order to find the information that that's what I mean by that. So just using Google, any search engine, including Google will be able to get you that information. So what you need to do is to retrieve the following information. The first is the name of the EMR or EHR. So when you with this one, be very careful so that the information you're retrieving is the name of the data system and not the name of the organization that made the data system. So sometimes the name of the organization is the same as the name of the data system. However, if you don't go to the link that is has the information about the data system itself, and you just stay in the side of the website that is of the organization, the information that you pull out is very likely going to be incorrect. So be very careful with that. Make sure that you where you are at is where it's talking about the data system itself and not the organization that made it. So some organizations have a different name from the data system, which makes it easier for you to do, but sometimes they may have the same name. So you want to be able to distinguish between whether the information you're getting is for the company or whether the information you're getting is for the data system itself. So be a bit careful about that. And then you need to indicate, for number two says indicate whether the data system is an EMR or EHR. So in some, they're going to state it very clearly that is an EMR or is an EHR. In others, it's not going to be clearly stated. You may need to use your understanding of what is an EMR or what is the EHR to figure that out. So you may need to, kind of read through a little bit to figure out whether it's an EMR or whether it's an EHR. Then number three says the organization where it is in use. Now, this is the specific organization that is using that data system, not the industry that is using it. For example, do not say something like psychiatrists are using it. That is so broad. What is the organization that these psychiatrists that are using it are working for? So what I need is the name of the organizations that are currently using those data system, not something very broad that's not really letting me know much information about that. So be careful about that. Number four says identify at least one distinguishing characteristics of the data system, how it differs from other EMR. So sometimes they're going to provide this information in their website. Sometimes you're going, in other instances, you may want to dig in a little bit. Let's just, for example, if you find four or five EMRs or EHRs, and then you kind of see they are saying they're providing different things, then you can use those as the distinguishing characteristics. So Sometimes you may need to do a little bit of digging in there. Then number 5 says include all the URLs where you sourced your information from. So this is very important because I am using this to verify the information that you have provided. If the URL you include in your submission has nothing to do with the information that you provided, then that calls to question the validity of the information that you provided. So please make sure you are including the correct URL so that when I'm trying to verify your information, I know that this is legit. So just take note of that. The instruction says carefully review the attached rubrics. The rubrics are always attached. Please go through it before you start the assignment and before you submit the assignment. The assignments are going to be graded strictly according to compliance. So please, I don't want you to lose points because you didn't comply with the rubrics. So if you don't understand any instruction in the rubrics, do ask questions. It's better that you ask questions than you make assumptions, and then if your assumptions are incorrect, you're likely going to lose points. So always make sure that you're sticking to the rubrics, and if you don't understand the rubrics, that you seek further clarification. So a Google Sheet has been attached for this assignment. Please use that. Don't use any other file for it. Any other file will not be graded. And this assignment is eligible for submission extension. So please check the syllabus assessment submission on what the policy is for requesting an extension. If there's any late submission that was not approved by me, I will not grade it. So please, take care to make sure you are staying true to the assignments, to the deadlines. All right, so for some of you who may be unfamiliar with how Google Sheets is, let's see if I can walk you guys through that. I'm using Google Assignments for this explanation, but it's very similar with Google. Sorry, I'm using Google Classroom for this explanation in what I'm about to show you, but it looks very similar to how it looks with Google assignment. The reason I'm using Google Classroom is because I'm not a student. I can't see what it looks like from the student's end. So I just want to show you that. Okay, so this is the Google assignment. The Google sheet. So this is how it looks when you put it. You will see the rubrics. You'll see the rubrics that is stated here. It lets you know what points it is, what points is attached to it, and what points you're going to lose if you do not comply with the rubrics. And then you see the template will be provided here. So the template is going to have your name written on it, so that it helps you. It's going to, like in this place where it says a slide save, is going to be your name here, so that this way I know whose submission that I'm grading, and then it's going to have A1. Please do not change anything you see here. Just leave it as it is. So this is where you put in the name of the EMR or EHR. This is where you indicate whether it's an EHR or EMR. This is where you put the names of the organizations that are using it. And this is where you put the distinguishing characteristics. And this is where you put in the the URL. So if this space is too small for what you need to type, use the text wrap function to make it so that it all puts in here. So this is a text wrap. So and let me show you what I mean by that. So let's say you type everything, and when you remove the cursor, you see it comes up like this. To get it to look all neat, you use the text wrap. It has like two parallel lines and an arrow in between it. So when you use the text wrap, It wraps it up neatly so that it all fits in the same place. So that's how to do that. I hope this is helpful to you. If you still have any questions, please post it on the Q&A board and I'll respond. So have a lovely day. Bye.